Prologue, the big myth of the giant breakthrough, 350 words. Everyone loves the Hollywood version of wealth. The thunderclap IPO, the surprise inheritance, the friend who bought Bitcoin for pennies and held. It's cinematic, but statistically irrelevant. Fidelity's 2024 Millionaire Report shows that 88% of U.S. millionaires are first generation. They built fortunes through repetitive behaviors too boring for tabloids. For years, I chased the lightning. I fell asleep to get-rich-quick podcasts, woke up to crypto charts, and pinballed between the next big thing and side hustle burnout. My finances looked like a heart rate monitor, spikes of hope, crashes of regret. One night, while doom scrolling, a question slapped me awake. What if the miracle isn't a moonshot but a microscope? I zoomed all the way in, onto the daily rituals nobody applauds. Gradually, I stacked 17 ordinary habits until compound interest felt like a jetpack. Friends didn't notice. They were watching for explosions, not bricks. They only saw the quiet after photo. I picked projects, not paychecks. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll unpack those habits and, more importantly, how you can graft them onto any paycheck. No venture capital, no perfect timing, just deliberate repetition. Grab a notebook, the only investment that's given me a 10,000% ROI. And let's start planting seeds that will cast shade long after today's hype cycles fade. Chapter 1. Plant before the shade. Pay yourself first. 200 words. Picture payday as a river. Most people build their village downstream, scooping whatever water dribbles past on the 30th. I moved the village upstream. At 6 a.m. on salary day, 20% auto transfers into an investment account I can't touch without friction. Month 1 hurt. Farewell, impulse burgers. Month 3 felt normal. By month 6 I'd forgotten the money ever hit checking. An MIT, PwC study found employees in auto-enrollment 401(k) save 8 times more than peers who must click enroll. Paying yourself first flips saving from willpower to default. Action step. Open a second checking account labeled Freedom. Route your chosen percentage there by direct deposit. Snip the debit card. Out of sight, out of splurge. Chapter 2. 5 reis a day. The kitten that turns lion, 180 words. In 2018, 5 reis, about $1, was all I could stomach. I invested that sum every single day into a broad market ETF. 17 months later, the kitten had grown into 2 Brazilian reals 550 of principal plus 13% gains, enough to cover a month of rent. Behavioral scientists call this a minimum viable habit. It's too small to trigger fear, yet big enough to shape identity. I'm an investor. Action step. Pick a coffee money amount, 50 Indian rupees, 100 Cuban pesos, $1. Automate a daily buy of a low-cost index fund. The goal is frequency, not size. Chapter 3. Delivery is the invisible villain, 180 words. Brazil's PicPay says urban users order food 5.6 times per week, shelling out 760 Brazilian reals monthly. I cut just 2 orders and freed 400 Brazilian reals. That cash bought shares of a real estate fund, FII, now distributing 18 Brazilian reals every 30 days, which literally pays for tonight's dinner. Each canceled pizza is a silent employee on your payroll. Action step. Audit last month's food delivery receipts. /2 orders. Redirect the savings into any asset that throws off cash flow. Let postponed calories pay perpetual dividends. Chapter 4. Automation. Strategic laziness. 190 words. Willpower drains like phone battery. I automated every predictable outflow, rent, utilities, tithes, and every inflow into assets. Vanguard's 2023 dataset shows hands-off investors trade 65% less and outperform tinkerers by 1.5% annually. My laziness became alpha. Action step. Spend one Sunday setting up recurring payments and transfers. Promise yourself no manual overrides for 90 days. Chapter 5. Environment is destiny. 200 words. Scroll enough sneaker flex posts and your brain thinks shoes equal status. I unfollowed the noise and filled my feeds with people who treat money as a tool. Within a year, my friends casually dropped phrases like dividend yield instead of 12 installment iPhone. Author James Clear nails it. Join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. Action step. Curate a rich habits feed. 5 YouTube channels, 3 podcasts, 2 newsletters. Unsubscribe from anything that sells lifestyle over literacy. Chapter 6. Celebrate Pennies. Psychology of Progress. 180 words. My first dividend was 3.57 Brazilian reals. Instead of laughing, I screenshotted it into a victory folder. Harvard researchers termed this the progress principle. Small wins ignite long-term effort more than big, rare wins. Today that folder holds 300-plus screenshots. Scrolling it is my favorite motivational montage. Action step: capture every micro-victory, first $1 interest, debt chunk paid, emergency fund milestone, and revisit the gallery whenever doubt creeps in. Chapter 7. The Financial Gratitude Journal. 190 words. Scarcity whispers, there's never enough. Gratitude shouts, look how far you've come. Neurologists at UC Davis found gratitude journaling cuts cortisol 23%. Lower stress equals fewer retail therapy binges. Each night I write 3 money-related gratitudes: paid electricity on time, ignored flash sale, logged expenses 30 straight days. Action step: keep a bedside notebook. List 3 financial gratitudes for 30 nights. Track impulse purchases, they'll shrink as cortisol does. Chapter 8. Goals with a zip code and ID. 190 words. Save more, breeds vague results. I converted it to stack 25 Brazilian reals 000 by December 31, 2026 for a down payment. Deadlines add tension. Numbers add score. OECD studies show goal-specific savers accumulate 27% more than the hazy crowd. Every deposit now slides a progress bar in a budgeting app. It's Candy Crush for adults. Action step: write 1 mission in this format. Currency plus amount plus date plus purpose. Print it, tape it to your laptop. Chapter 9. The 3-box budget. 200 words. Complex spreadsheets die of maintenance debt. I shrank my whole budget into 3 boxes. Live 60%. Rent, food, utilities enjoy 20%. Restaurants, movies, small luxuries build 20%. Investments, books, courses salary bump. The raise flows to build. Revenue dip. Trim enjoy. Never build. Simplicity travels in your head wherever you swipe. Action step: rename bank sub-accounts to the 3-box labels. Move money once per pay cycle, and never between boxes mid-month. Chapter 10. 1 hour a week in the financial gym. 190 words. Saturday at 9 a.m., espresso in hand, I devote 60 minutes to money education, a chapter of The Psychology of Money, a Warren Buffett letter, or dissecting a 10K. 5 years equals 260 hours equals 6 university courses. Free. Knowledge compounds faster than capital because it multiplies every decision. Action step: block a non-negotiable 60-minute slot on your calendar named Wealth Workout. Never skip 2 weeks in a row. Chapter 11. Armor against social pressure. 180 words. Your wardrobe can bankrupt you faster than a market crash if powered by likes. Buffett, worth $128 billion, still lives in the house he bought in 1958. I ditched status spending. ETFs got the drip. Social media forgot my sneakers in 48 hours. My brokerage remembers those contributions forever. Action step: before any purchase, ask, will anyone remember this in 48 hours? If not, route the cash to assets that will remember. Chapter 12. The Strategic Power of No. 180 words. I once declined a 5 Brazilian reals 000 Ibiza trip. FOMO stung, but I invested the cash in an electric utility stock yielding 9%. 2 years later, dividends. Funded a quieter, fully paid beach week, and the shares still spin cash. Every no compounds into a juicier yes. Action step: say no to 1 discretionary invite this week. Invest the exact amount you would have spent. Screenshot the trade. Chapter 13. Invest in the producer. You. 200 words. I paid 1 Brazilian real 200 for an emotional intelligence course. Friends mocked. Could have bought the newest phone. That course killed my impulse buy habit, saving multiples of its price. Warren Buffett repeats, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Skills appreciate. Gadgets depreciate. Action step: allocate 5% of income to self-equity, books, courses, therapy, gym. Track the ROI in improved income or reduced mistakes. Chapter 14. Diversify your faucets. 200 words. A corporate layoff scare taught me single income security is fiction. I now keep 4 faucets flowing: freelance writing, a finance YouTube channel, dividends, and government bonds. When COVID-era clients vanished, dividends and bonds paid the rent. Multiple streams aren't luxury, they're airbags. Action step: list 3 skills you could monetize within 90 days. Launch 1 microservice on a marketplace or to your own network. Chapter 15, Cut Repetitive Decisions. 180 words. Barack Obama wore only blue or gray suits to conserve mental energy. Inspired, I scripted defaults. Weekday lunches are homemade. 50% of any windfall auto-invests next business day. Decision fatigue plummeted. Creative bandwidth soared. Action step: identify 1 daily choice you can automate: meals, transfers, outfits. Lock it in for 30 days. Chapter 16, Value-Driven Networking, Not Business Cards. 190 words. Instead of spamming LinkedIn, I host a monthly Zoom where 5 amateurs dissect one company's fundamentals. No gurus, just curiosity. That circle has sourced 2 lucrative REITs and a joint angel deal. Relationships compound like portfolios. Pay in value, earn in opportunity. Action step: invite 3 people to a 30-minute finance jam this month. Everybody brings 1 insight or question. Nobody sells anything. Chapter 17, Start before you're ready and improve 1% a month. 200 words. Perfectionists wait. Practitioners win. My first stock purchase was 1 Itaú share for 32 Brazilian reals. Boring, but it shoved me from theory into practice. Later I added a rule: upgrade 1 financial metric by 1% each month: income, savings rate, or knowledge. 1% compounded for 3 years is a 42% better you. Action step: buy 1 share of any blue chip today, even if you don't fully get the market yet. Then choose your first 1% upgrade for next month. Epilogue: from theory to traction. 250 words. You now hold a playbook of 17 quiet habits. No cape required. Wealth is rarely a jackpot. It's a time-lapse of mundane repetitions. So pick 1 habit this week, just 1, and tattoo it onto your calendar. Each repetition is a vote for the person you're becoming. When friends ask how you suddenly got lucky, smile. Luck is what consistency looks like to the untrained eye. Grab the wheel, slide these habits into drive, and I'll see you under the shade of a money tree you planted while everyone else waited for lightning.